Christian. It's me, Laura. Do you remember me? Grown once for yes and twice for no. Oh, I have some good news, Doc. Your surgeon says that you're going to make a full recovery. Isn't that good? Yes, I thought so too. I have more good news. The college said that they're going to rebuild your lab. They just want you to promise that you won't, do anything else that might cause a crazy explosion. Can you promise that? I'm sorry, Doc, but labs are expensive. But you're lucky. That was a crazy explosion and a crazy fire. Everyone thought you were a goner, but not me. You know why? Because you taught me about Jesus. You did. You told me that Jesus wants a relationship with me and loves me. I started reading the Bible, and you know what else I learned? When life gets crazy, Jesus is always there. Can you believe that? And Jesus is there no matter what kind of crazy comes into your life. I don't know about you, Doc, but that makes me happy. Come on, Doc. The nurse said you can have a milkshake. Do you want a milkshake? Ground once for chocolate, twice for vanilla. Strawberries? Sounds good to me.
Hi, it's Cindy again. We're ready for and I have Clyde with me today. And today for science experiment, we need a Ziploc bag. I'm going to add colored water, warm colored water to this. We got that there. Our next one is going to be a half a cup of vinegar. Then we're going to kind of close this up just a little bit. And then I have added 3 teaspoons of baking soda to this. So I'm going to put this in here. We're going to see what happens. Let's see. See if it's anything. Let's see. Woo! There we go. Great. All right. So just like that, we have baking soda and vinegar, and they aren't scary in themselves. One's a powder and one's a liquid, and they're both used in cooking every day. But when you bring the two together, sometimes something crazy happens, and they have a very quick and violent reaction. But sometimes life gets crazy like that too. And just as quickly as baking soda and vinegar react, we can feel a lot of pressure as well. And we just know life's going to blow up in our face. But God can use these crazy times to draw us closer to Him. We will survive this craziness, and we'll survive the explosion, and we will be stronger. And no matter what happens, we can still remember that Jesus is still there for us.
A couple years ago, a popular female artist released a song that I bet many of you know. The song begins like this. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting through the wind, wanting to start again?
That's a pretty poetic image of a life gone crazy, isn't it? When things don't go your way and you have no control, you can feel like a plastic bag drifting in the wind, blowing here and there and everywhere. You can't grab onto anything. You can't take control. You just wish you could hit the reset button and start over.
Of course, there are many other times when being a plastic bag drifting in the wind would be a blessing. There are times when things get so bad, we feel like a plastic bag that just blew up a little while ago. One thing leads to another, and a sudden BAM!
What do you do when life crashes around you? What do you do when your plans fall through? When you lose someone you love? Or when the thing you hope for would happen never actually happens? If you feel like an exploding bag or just a plastic bag drifting in the wind, I have good news. Jesus is there for you. Jesus is always going to be there, no matter what the circumstances, no matter how many plans are ruined, no matter how much it hurts. And if Jesus is there, you know that things are bound to get better.
Jesus met many people who were having a plastic bag moment. Sometimes through no fault of their own. Something happened that turned their lives into chaos. But when those people crossed paths with Jesus, Jesus lent a hand and saved them. Here, listen to this. Mark 5. They went across the sea to the region of Gerasene. When Jesus got out of the boat, a man with an evil spirit came to the tombs to meet him. This man lived in the tombs, and no one could bind him anymore, not even a chain. For he had often been chained hand and foot, but he tore these chains apart and was strong enough to and broke the irons on his feet. No one was strong enough to subdue him. Night and day, among the tombs and in the hills, he would cry out and cut himself with stones. When he saw Jesus from a distance, he ran and fell on his knees in front of him. He shouted at the top of his voice, "What do you want from me, Jesus, Son of the Most High God? Swear to God that you won't torture me." For Jesus had said to him, "Come out of this man, you evil spirit." Then Jesus asked him, "What is your name?" "My name is Legion," he replied, "for we are many." And he begged Jesus again and again not to send them out of the area. A large herd of pigs were feeding on the nearby hillside. The demons begged Jesus, "Send us among the pigs, allow us to go into them." He gave them permission, and the evil spirits came out and went into the pigs. The herd, about 2,000 in number, that's a lot, rushed down the steep bank and into the lake and were drowned. Those tending the pigs ran off and reported this to the town and countryside, and the people went over to see what happened. When they came to Jesus, they saw a man who had been possessed by the legion of demons, sitting there dressed and in his right mind, and they were afraid. Those who had seen it told the other people what had happened to the demon-possessed man, and told about the pigs as well. Then the people began to plead with Jesus to leave their region. As Jesus was getting into the boat, the man who had been demon-possessed begged to go with him. Jesus did not let him, but said, "Go home to your family and tell them how much the Lord has done for you, and how he has had mercy on you." So the man went away and began to tell the Decapolis how much Jesus has done for him, and all the people were amazed.
Jesus met a man whose body was possessed by demons, not by a demon, but by many demons. The word legion was a term that the Romans used to refer to not one soldier, but an entire unit of soldiers in the army. This man was filled with evil spirits, and like our plastic bag, he was headed for a big explosion. Then Jesus came along, and what seemed like a hopeless and impossible situation changed immediately. No one had been able to contain the man and the evil spirits inside him, but the moment Jesus spoke, the demons listened and obeyed.
Jesus shows that there is no situation that he cannot control. The wind that blows around here and there obey his commands, the same as the demons. Life may get out of control for us, but Jesus is always in control.
When things start to get out of control, the first thing we try to do is take control ourselves. We make choices and take actions to try and make things right. But there are times in our lives when there's nothing we can do to take control. When Dad gets a new job and says, "We're moving away," there's nothing you can do to stop it. When a loved one gets sick and dies, there's nothing you can do to bring that person back. When friends move on or abandon us, when we don't make the team we wanted to make, when someone else crushes our hopes and dreams, when a virus takes over and changes what is everything normal and makes it a new normal for us and keeps us out of school, we can feel completely helpless.
It's tempting to let our frustrations build up in our hearts. We may start to fill with anger and disappointment and bitterness. We may swell up like a plastic bag, and soon we find ourselves in danger of exploding.
That's when we need to call on Jesus. We need to take all that emotion, that frustration and disappointment, and lay it at Jesus' feet. The minute we do, Jesus takes control. Jesus won't always set things right, and he's not going to undo the choices of others that have set our lives into a spiral. But he will give us peace in the midst of all of that craziness. Do you ever feel like a plastic bag drifting in the wind? I know I have. I know I do. Do you ever feel like the bag about ready to explode? Don't try to take control of your own life. Give your hurts and your pain and your disappointment to Jesus. He's always there for us, and he will help us through everything tough time we face. Trust your troubled times to Jesus. Let him take control.